Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. What's going on, guys? Yes, indeed. It's Wealth Wednesday. Yeah, we're going to get into it tonight and have a good conversation about the three types of income. Where do you fit in with those incomes? And financial education. There's actually three of those as well. Which one that most resonates with you? Where do you fit in with those as well? So that is going to be a good time without question. Looking forward to talking with you guys about that. Both Wednesday. Wednesday. I'm going to get into the chat here before I go on any further. Shout out to all the people listening on what is it? Pandora, or listening on all the different podcasts, Spotify and iTunes. Definitely appreciate you guys. Time. Wealth Wednesdays, generational. Because we always say in this channel, it's not so much about. We always say, don't tell us about your exit strategy. Tell us about your wealth strategy. Right? We started out with some great books. The first one was Strangers in Paradise. Very, very good read. Jason Grubman. It's essentially a book about that sudden wealth that can happen with a lot of people. How can we prepare for that so that doesn't bite us in the butt, if you will, because we are not prepared. And right now we're reading Killing Sacred Cows by Gary Gunderson. Very great book about really essentially dispelling myths that a lot of people, baby boomers and likes, have been taught, grown up with, talking about how we tell the truth about what's really, really going on. Interesting thing, a book that a lot of people probably have read. What was the name of the Oh, The Millionaire Next Door. I believe that was taught by Thomas J. Stanley. And how to, in 1996 that book was written, but in today's world, it just doesn't, simply doesn't apply. What's going on, XRP Gal? Good to see you. XRP Lava is in the building. How are you, my friend? Wealth Wednesdays, three types of income, and actually types of financial education, if you will, as well. So we're going to talk about those a little bit. Going to run through it without question, but I'm glad I had a chance to hop on. I'm not sure how long I'm going to go today, but we'll see how that. S. Spencer is here. What's going on, S. Spencer? Crazy time, Siege. Yes, indeed. James at the water cooler, still looking into a Senate voted on the dollar, on digital dollar. Are you talking about the Banking Act? Because the digital dollar wallet is in the beer code stimulus. It's just not front and center. It's actually page 520. But I think that whole stimulus thing still has to get approved. They've agreed to it. They came to agreements on bipartisanship. I think it's still ultimately done. I think that's why the president left the conference today. The press thing, the press thing. What am I word? Anyway, got on at 6 o'clock. It was scheduled for 5. I think he left after a bit to I guess to finalize the stuff. I'm guessing signs. Interesting stimulus, by the way. Interesting stimulus, guys. Whoa. Interesting. And it's a provision in there for $4 trillion additional dollars. Wow. Absolutely crazy. Win Muller, what's going on, brother? 416 Crypto is here. What's going on with you? Top talk. Guys, it's Wealth Wednesdays where we talk generational wealth strategies. We're going to talk about the three different types of income. We're also going to talk about the three really types of financial education, right? And so the three types of income, we're going to talk about where you are, which one are you in primarily, and we're going to talk about the three different types of financial education, really, and kind of where do you see yourself fitting in with that. It's very important to to know where you are, because you can't really Yeah, it's a big thing, right? My mentor used to tell me, CJ, you can't get to where you want to go from where you want to be. You have to begin at where you are to where you are. That's a really, really, really important thing. That's really aware and recognizing where you are, where you fit. XR Free Me is in the building. How are you, my friend? How great is the time we are entering? Digital is on the tongue of the powers that be. That's exactly right, my friend. Yeah, and so all that back and forth was going on where the dollar, the digital dollar, and the digital dollar wallet was removed, and people reporting on it being removed, and turns out that it wasn't. The updated one, it was moved. It was just not moved from the front page. Page 529. Ninja BZ is here. What's up, Ninja? Teachings. Absolutely appreciate you being here, my friend. 16 cryptos. See you in the building. Yeah, so very, very interesting and a very, very interesting time. Let me check the numbers before I go into this Wealth Wednesday stuff. I don't know what exactly is going on in the world of digital assets in terms of prices. I have not checked. I figured this will be a good time. I'm sure you guys won't mind that. I heard BTC was kind of tanking a little bit. DC Precise, what's good, bro? What's good with you? Life is great here, man. 66.81, not so much. And the XRP is at 16 cents. The Litecoin is still at 39 bucks. It's not too bad. Absolutely. So, guys, 3 types of incomes. So, where do you fit in terms of that? Generally, the earned income. Have you guys read the book? Probably there's a great book called Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, one of the great books ever written. And talks about the 4 different quadrants. There's the employee, then there's the self-employed, or what's the other word? Specialist, self-employed or specialist. So it's E and S on the left side. On the right side is the big business owner, and on the right side is I for investor. Who let the bulls out is in the building? What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. I hope you got my reply to your email. D-Mac is in the building. What's up, D-Mac? Good evening to you, my friend. See you here, man. So on the left side is generally where earned income is lived. Those people who live on the left side of the quadrant, right? So it's E, S, B, and I, right? So on the left side is E and S, and that's generally where earned income, right? As an employee or as a self-employed or as a specialist. Generally, that's where the earned income is, and without question, that's where most of the taxes are paid. Most of the taxes are paid. And then on the right side with business and investor. Business is a certain amount of employees. I think it's like 50 employees or more, big business, and then I is for investing. So earned income on the left side primarily. Now portfolio income, that's, you buy an asset for $10 and you sell it for 20, right? That's portfolio income. And that's a cool thing. Black 1130, what's up? From Amazon on it. I just ordered 2 more books from Robert. Just ordered 2 more books today. So that's what the portfolio, portfolio income, generally assets you might have in your portfolio. Buy something for $10, sell it for 20, right? Buy a stock at this particular price, and then hopefully you get to sell it for a higher price in the future, portfolio income. But the main income, what the business owners and investors look to do, is really the most significant one, and that is passive or cash flow income. Passive or cash flow income. Really, really important, and it's important to kind of identify where you are. Where do you sit? What is your income? Are you in the earned income lane? Are you in the portfolio income lane, or both? And are you in the passive or cash flow lane? TJ Jackson's in the building. Good to see you, TJ. Says I'm working right now, but I'm listening. I appreciate you being here, my friend. Careful there on the job, brother. Fed wants to keep your money, says I bought Charlie's bags. That, my friend, is without question. That, my friend, is the question. When Mullet buy XRP at $1.25, watch it go to 15 cents. Yeah, that can be brutal. That can be brutal. I know some people that did that. Definitely know some people that did that. It's crazy times right now. I bought Charlie League's bags. It really, really is crazy times. I keep seeing all this information about Revolut. I just got another notification. I don't know. My understanding of Revolut, when you buy anything on that Revolut thing, that's it. It stays on the Revolut thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather wait for the Zoom app, which is in beta right now, iOS and Android. I'd rather wait for that than messing around with that Revolut. Bro, XRP, I don't know, bro. You guys think one last shot before blast off? Yeah, I don't know. I think so, but I don't. I hope not, but I don't. I don't. It's a great question. So, guys, where do you fit? Where do you guys fit? Are you on the earned income lane? Are you in which is the left lane? Are you in the portfolio income lane, which is the middle lane, or are you in the right lane, the passive cash flow lane? Interesting. I just came up with that with the lanes thing, middle, left, middle, and right, and it's so funny too because generally most people pick the left lane, which is the fast lane, because it's the simplest and the easiest, and it appears it. They were sharing with someone, Rob, right? They had just lost the earned income, both of them just lost the earned income. They have a small baby, you know, and it could be because of the beard cold, or it might not be because of the beard cold, right? Right? And I need instantaneous. I need instantaneous, right? Because that's the illusion. The illusion is that's faster, right? That's faster. Let me see what you said. Yeah. Oh no, that's not the phrase was I need instant gratification. Paul Bogle, what's going on, brother? Finally a live stream. Guys, yeah, appreciate you being here, Paul Bogle. Good to see you. Yeah, so the response was instant gratification. I need instant gratification, right? Which for me, which code is I need another job. And I get that, right? And what I said to her to respond is, well, you know, you lost instant gratification by something completely out of your control. Completely lost your job. You and your dude completely lost your job. No control over it at all. That's instant gratification. That's earned income, correct? Because you're not in control. You're not in control. And the great thing, what people really literally ultimately forget is the passive income, really, or cash flow income, gives you the greatest amount of control because it's not dependent upon it's completely out of the job security realm. Passive and cash flow income is on another universe, is on another stratosphere. It is not down here amongst the job security or the myth thereof, right? Job security, we all know, is one of the sacred cows. One of the sacred cows, right? One of the sacred cows is job security. My mentor used to say, Siege, if you can get hired, you can get fired. That's the bottom line. Derek P is in the building. What's up with you, my friend? Oh, bro, I'm sorry to hear that. Derek P says I lost my job last week. Sorry to hear that, brother. Sorry to hear that. That's exactly right, Eli. Eli says, well, Siege, you already make passive income through your business. Correct. You will just have more opportunity once crypto presents itself. That's a plus. That is correct. That is correct. And I want to tell you, I'll tell you ahead of time, but the ultimate end game is got to be the acquisition of assets that spit off cash flow. That's the ultimate end game. But I'm going to share a little bit about that in the stream. That is the ultimate end game. Yeah, isn't that interesting, right? So you got to figure out the lane that you fit in. Again, the left lane. It's a little deceiving, right? It feels like it's the faster lane. You can get faster. It's easy. The middle lane, right? The middle lane. Don't a lot of people in the middle lane feel kind of comfortable and safe in the middle lane? Just feel kind of you're not in the left lane. You're not in a hurry. You just you're in the middle lane there. You're just kind of not too fast, not too slow in the middle lane, right? That's the portfolio income, right? You used to have 2 stocks, now you have 10, right? Now you have 10. The stocks may be going up and down, different things like that, but it's comfortable, right? It's not necessarily your main source of income, right? It's just a portfolio. Yeah, maybe probably most people kind of in the earned income and the portfolio, right? It's kind of a step up, earned income, then you get a little bit of portfolio income. You still got the gig, right? You still got the gig. You haven't been able to transition from trading your time for dollars yet, so you still have the gig. You got the portfolio income. It's kind of safe, comfortable, if you will. In the right lane, it's so funny because the right lane, the passive lane, right? Passive income and cash flow. The people in the middle and the left are looking at you like, dude, what's going on there? Right? Like it feels like they're so far ahead of you. And to them, it definitely feels like that, right? Because a lot of times passive income as an entrepreneur, that's what you're looking to build. That takes some time. It takes time, especially as an entrepreneur, to create the asset that's going to give you income. You gotta go learn a bunch of stuff. You got the hours on YouTube and the hours on the computer. You got the courses that you're learning and studying and purchasing, and 8 out of 10 times you're losing on those because there's no viable great information, and it feels like you're going slower because there's so much education and learning has to take place there. And it's a good 2-3 year thing. It's a good 2 or 3 year thing, right? Putting in some serious hours. I know some entrepreneurs that, man, serious hours, 12, 14 hours trying to learn, spending money on courses, going out to seminars, the whole 9 yards trying to figure that thing out. And what they're ultimately trying to figure out is, how do I create assets that spit off cash? And I don't mind telling you, one of the greatest assets you can ever put together is your network. One of the greatest books ever read, in my humble opinion, is The Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki. Actually, it's a CD and it's a book. And talks about your network being your greatest asset. It talks about a particular network we thrive in. Nunja why won't we learn this in school? Okay. Oh, ask me why. Yeah, exactly. We never learned it in school. And I think that's one of the biggest hoodwinks ever created, was the lack of financial education in the school system. The lack of financial education, very much like the Mandrake mechanism, in my opinion. But the distraction is algebra, geometry, biology, spelling. The distraction. They're keeping you. You ever notice why there's no financial education in schools? Right? It might be because old money put that system together. Why? You ever think about that? Even in colleges and universities, there's no real education, financial education. Think about that. You go tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, and learn nothing about financial education. Pretty funny. You know what's really, really funny? Now, some of these schools are starting to do it. Like if you go to a specialty school, for example, if you go to a school, um, hair salon, some of the hair salons, in addition to teaching you um, how to cut hair, how to take care of people, they also have this education on how you to get in business for yourself, how to be a business, how to run that business. You know, they do. I don't know if they have the financial education, or, for example, what does a financial statement look like? But it's some of them have that. This is how you start a business. This is what you. But in the end, it's certainly no. Why would we need to wait till college yet levels to learn what an asset and a liability is? That doesn't make any sense. That's what the system is, right? So financial education. So I said there was three types of income, and there's three types of financial education, and this is more and more the truth today than I think has ever been. There's financial education for the poor. There's financial education for middle class, and there's financial education for the rich. You know what I mean? And that, my friend, very, very true statement. It's a financial education for the poor, financial education for the middle class, financial education for the rich. And generally, the financial education for the middle class is go to school, get a good job with benefits, save and invest for the long term in 401ks, stocks, and mutual funds. That's generally what they say. And we talked a couple of Wealth Wednesdays ago about the 401ks and the pensions and how it's just been, I don't know, it's just been plummeted. It's just been pummeled. I mean, they've just been stealing and stealing and stealing and taking what Wall Street has from that. And I just found out something that I did not know. I'm going to look into it a little bit further, but the federal government in around 2018 went into the pensions and 401ks, the thrift saving plans of its employees, just took all that money out of it, which is one of the reasons why there's no money in the pension plan. Which is crazy. Yeah, OMG is right. Absolutely crazy. So there's the three educations there. And I think it's so important to kind of just figure out where it is that you fit in terms of education, middle class. Like this book I mentioned in the beginning of the stream is called The Millionaire Next Door. Is one of those books for the poor class, in terms of how it will resonate with them. The challenging thing about The Millionaire Next Door, or what's the other guy? He's the pastor Christian guy, writes all those books. He talks about saving and budgeting all the time. What's up, XRP Carolina? Good to see you. He has a very popular guy, financial guy, has a radio show. What is his name? I can't remember his name right now. Somebody will know his name. Very popular. Talks about saving and budgeting. Gosh, I can't remember his name right. It'll come to me. But the challenge with Who Stole the Millionaire Next Door, and then the guy wrote a couple, three books. Is it was written in 1996. It doesn't really apply, and the concepts don't really necessarily. They don't really apply in today's world. Dave Ramsey, that's the dude. Dave Ramsey, right? All the books that he's written, that's more, like it's really more so for the middle class. And again, if that's kind of where, if you feel as though look, I'm never going to be a business owner, 50 or more employees, or, there's something that generates, millions of dollars a month in sales. Um, I'm not going to be a big time investor, right? Some people kind of know in the lane that they fit, or which really resonates with them. If if this message of debt, get rid of debt, save and get rid of debt, if that kind of resonates and resonates with you, then that's where it resonates with you. But if the message of debt is good, if you know how to manage it, you can become super wealthy by managing debt, because debt ultimately is money. What I know is the super wealthy and super rich, they operate in debt, operate in that realm. That's where they live. Leveraging, managing, dealing with other people's money, learning how to earn raise capital, and go out and create assets that way. So it's really about what message kind of resonates with you. It's kind of like if you read The Millionaire Next Door today and you read Rich Dad Poor Dad today, having never read any of them, one's gonna just kind of, or maybe even a Casual Quadrant, one of them is gonna just resonate. It's gonna, yep, that's me. Yep, I can, yep, that's me. One's gonna resonate and make sense to you, and the other one is gonna not. And I've read both of those books. I've read those three books, and I remember when I read not who the Dave Ramsey books. I probably two of his books, and I read, I think, two of Stanley's books. Was it Thomas Stanley? I think it's Thomas J. I don't want to say that Thomas J. Stanley is, but I think it is. For The Millionaire Next Door. Read them both, but the book that resonated with me the most was Rich Dad Poor Dad's book. In terms of that financial education, what resonates with you the most. And trust me when I tell you, the financial education for the rich is completely different than the financial education for the middle class poor. That is a fact. It's a fact. We can talk insurance, insurances. It's a different thing. It's a different kind of education. And there's probably not a wrong one. It's just which one is right for you. Which one is right for you. And I knew for me and Miss Crypto Siege, the cutting back and lifestyle, and the penny pinching and living beneath our means thing just did not resonate at all. Not resonated. We always believe go out and create assets that bring in cash flow. Always do that. It gives you greater flexibility. For number one, you get a chance to, which is most important, you get a chance to increase your skills. You get a chance to increase your skills, and that's so important. That's why there's a little kind of sacred cow out there, and that one of the sacred cows is investing is risky, and that's really not true. It's the investor that's risky, right? Because the less education you have, the more risky your investing will be. The more education you have, the less risky your education will be, right? Yeah, and I think I wrote this down to my notes. It's very, very important to just kind of know who you are. That's why we always encourage reading, reading books, is because you'll get a great sense of who you are. It'll make like killing sacred cows. It's going to either make sense to you or it's not. We all could really resonate with Strangers in Paradise, because that wasn't an education thing, financial education. It was really more about something that we know is going to happen and preparing for that, right? So most of us in this community are XRP hodlers, and we're expecting a thing to happen and we're preparing for that, right? Whereas killing sacred cows, it's like, this dude's saying that's a myth. That doesn't sound like a myth to me, like a scarcity mindset. It doesn't. I mean, there is only a certain amount of stuff, right? So when you read that book, you're gonna be like, yeah, it makes sense, man. Even when we run out of stuff, we can create more stuff. We've been a resilient people for forever, right? Scarcity is gonna either the truth of scarcity about whether it's a myth or not is gonna either resonate with you or it's not. You'll look at that book and you'll be like, nope, don't resonate with me. I'm out. I'm not reading it. Or you'll keep reading it, killing sacred cows. That's kind of how it works. But so it's so important. Being aware is so hugely important. Spanish Fly, what's going on, man? It's good to see you on the stream. Okay, so which idea or form of education really resonates with you the most? I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I didn't know it came out in '97. I think I read it in '98, and very interesting that The Millionaire Next Door came out in 1996. Yeah. So, which one kind of resonates with you more? The idea of creating assets that spit off cash, or get a good job, save money, buy a house, invest for the long term in stocks, mutual funds, and 401k. It's really, really kind of important to kind of realize kind of where you are, where you fit, and things in terms of your financial education. It really, really is. I hear Gary V all the time. Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary Vaynerchuk's a trip. I hear him all the time talking about, listen, not everybody can be an entrepreneur. Because he's on this big thing about being an entrepreneur. He loves it. He soaks it up. He lives and dies for it. This is a guy who lives and dies for 12 and 14-hour days. He lives and breathes. It's everything for him, something like that. He gets excited about responding to tweets or Instagram or Facebook and spending 3 hours doing it. He gets excited. He gets excited about doing that. That's an entrepreneur there. Now, there's some entrepreneurs who think that's crazy. 12, 14-hour days. And the great thing about where we are now with advancing technology, your ability to create assets that spit out cash flow month after month after month after month, week after week, it's exciting. You just got to know if that's you or not. Are you that person that's, wants to move from the left side to the right side and create assets or create or acquire assets that spit off cash flow, right? So real estate can be an asset that spits off cash flow or not. Or not, right? And it's funny that house flipping it got put into the portfolio lane. And a lot of people thought it was the passive lane, right? But if you're buying it, flipping it means you're buying and selling it. It's in the portfolio, right? It's in the middle lane. No matter the money you make from it, which is a very, very interesting thing. If that's your model for income, it's portfolio. Very, very interesting. So it's so important to kind of see, like, where do I fit in all of this? I have to check this out. I don't know if this is true, but I heard that the stock market, I think it was from 2000 to 2015, I believe. It might have been 2008 to 2015, was at adjusted, and this is the thing that people miss, adjusted for inflation is 8% in total, adjusted for inflation. I don't know if it was 2000, 2015. I think it was 2000 to 2015. Might be 2008, but I think it was 2000. 8% total, not per annum. Adjusted for inflation. It's funny. I was watching the video. This is a young man who gets it. He's talking about the hidden tax. How many people know what the hidden tax is? XRP Rocket Man, good to see you, my friend. How many people know what the hidden tax is? Be Free is in the building. What's up, Be Free? That's right, guys. Do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe if you had a chance to do that yet. Inflation. That's right, Win Mullet. The hidden tax is inflation. It's inflation, and most people don't adjust for it. That's why it always feels like, even though you kind of getting your little raises every single year, it feels like it's not going anywhere. Inflation is a bummer, is a major bummer. Raising the price on stuff, but the dollar value is going down. Job market. Yeah. Who let the bulls out? Set inheritance tax. Nope. Inflation. That's the hidden tax. Inflation. Spanish Fly says, I don't ever want to have to do work I don't want to do. Just what I choose to do. Exactly. That's right. That's exactly right. Doing the thing that you want to do. My mentor used to say to me all the time, "Siege, you want to get yourself in a position where you never have to more, right? You want to get yourself in a position where you never have to. It's an awesome feeling." XRP Lava, how do you feel? A Crypto Siege, how do you feel about storage units with a live their paid manager? What are you talking about? Owning storage units? I've always thought, I don't know. I've always thought that those were profitable, but that I don't know. Another thing that I think is profitable, but I don't know. Car washes, but I don't know. I don't know, honestly, Expert Lava. It always felt interesting to me for people to have those. And I guess it's just like apartments. You got to keep them occupied, right? You got to fill them and have people paying every single month for them, right? But I don't know. I don't know the business model, XRP Lava, so I couldn't tell you if they were profitable, if they were a good investment or not. Do you know someone who does that, XRP Lava? Yeah, Eli, I saw that. Actually, DeepMind sent me a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I read it earlier. When did I read that? Did I read that last night? I don't even remember. No, I read that earlier today. Earlier today, Eli, I was reading that. It's crazy what's going on with gold and silver. Yeah, there's a death tax, which is an interesting thing. Yeah, oof. I know an old when Mella says, I know an old man who makes mint at his car wash, but he works at 12 to 14 hours. Yeah, that's that earned income, right? Earned income. No, just my thoughts. Gotcha. Yeah, I've always thought about those, really, literally, because you pass by them all the time. And, you know, I don't know. They got paid managers there, they have employees there. It feels like there's enough cash flow to do it, but I don't know the profitability in them or not. That's a great question. Derek P says, "Have a blessed day, my crypto family. Keep up the good work, Siege. Thank you, my friend. And I'll see you when I see you on the moon." Yes, indeed, you will, brother. Be careful, man. Be careful, man. Take care of yourself. You know? Oh, how about that? Well, a businessman is a businessman, right? Yeah, so that's kind of, that's where we are in terms of that. But when I heard that statistic, 8%, 8.3% total. And I don't know if that was again from 2008 to 2015 or just from 2015 adjusted for inflation. Not a whole lot adjusted for inflation. All right, so I talked about the three types of income. So here's the thing: understanding what the three types of income is hugely important, right? And so the other thing is you got to get financial education. That's where I title that in the stream. So important to get the financial education, but in order to do that, you have to figure out where you are currently in terms of income. Which one are you in? Are you income or the portfolio income and both? And both of those, two of those out of the three, where are you? What's your primary source? XRP Joe, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Billionaire H is in the building. Good evening, all. Good to see you, billionaire. So the other thing is invest for cash flow, and I think that's again the right side of the business quadrant. Cash flow quadrant is invest for cash flow. Focus on acquiring assets that that pour into the income column. Focus on acquiring or creating assets that pour money into the income column. That's the deal. In the end, that is the goal. So what do you have set up? So two things. Which income are you in? Right? And then you got to get financial education based upon kind of where you are with that. Multiple sources of income is hugely important. But just, just understand there's no shame in, realizing that there's financial education for the poor, there's financial education for the middle class, and there's financial education for the rich. There's an element to playing safe, but do you know how to play safe? Like, do you know how to play safe? I mean, like, do you know? What are the best tools and instruments, and what's the education for the middle class playing, know what that looks like? You know the fees involved in 401ks and mutual, what in index funds and all these different things. Do you know what they are? Do you know what they look like? Do you know where's your education on those things? That's important. It's all about financial education, right? Invest for cash flow. And I love this. Investing isn't risky. You are risky. This is an interesting statement. Banks don't ask for report cards or resumes. They ask for your financial statement. Remember, we talked about that. Think and act like financial institutions. Think and act like financial institutions. Financial institutions work on cash flow. They certainly manage that, and they are awesome at using other people's money to make money. Right? XRP Gal says car washes are only profitable if the machinery works. Our local guy had just bought one, and all the machinery kept breaking down. It was horrible. Wow, brutal. So someone kind of hoodwinked him, or he didn't do enough of his due diligence. Right? Again, education. Financial. What did he know about the car wash business? What did he know about the machines? Did he do his homework and do his due diligence? It's always about financial education. But a great way of getting cash, yeah. Yeah, that's a great point, XRP Live. Well, I would double investigate the machinery's history and rep before buying. Education, though, is important. Also, would want a solid bona fide fix it free right now warranty. I heard that, bro. Right, and so that is really the key. Where do you kind of sit in? And another great thing, a skill set is learning how to raise capital. Learning how to raise capital. So you got to discover the incomes you're in. You got to get the financial education. Hugely important. You got to understand that investing is not risky. You are risky, right? If you raise the level of your education, things become less risky. When you don't, things become significantly more risky, right? And invest for cash flow. Where does digital assets fit in that? You ever think about that? Where does digital assets fit? You guys ever wonder how or think about how DeFi is just taking off in the digital asset space? It is exploding. It's exploding. And I don't mind telling you, I get excited every time I talk about the DeFi space or the DeFi space. I get excited about Celsius. I get excited about they got freaking $10 million for hot wallets of insurance. 10 million hot wallets, not the cold ones on BitGo. BitGo does that with $1 million of the hot wallet. That's pretty cool. $10 million. Yeah, that is a really, really cool, guys. So, guys, that's, I'm going to wrap up this stream here with that on Wealth Wednesdays with that, guys. And definitely encourage you. You don't have to necessarily go out and get the book right now, but the cash flow quadrant is definitely a great one. Learn about the E and the S and the B and the I. You know, financial education is paramount. And the fact that you can earn assets on your assets right now in the digital asset space, and we can be early on the platforms of the good ones like Kava, which was, well, I mean, they're doing collateralized depositions. I don't know exactly how their platform's going to turn out, but Celsius is not even 2 years old yet. Maybe 2 years. Maybe 2 years. Early on that platform is going to be massive. Because again, guys, don't forget, this space is early. It's still young. I mean, we have a chance to get sell tokens, put our stuff on platforms, take advantage. Who let the bulls out? Yeah, Zavitse Blend Zoom is in beta. Yeah, I know. I thought it was supposed to hit the stores today, or yesterday rather, but I didn't see it. The beta is out for iOS and Android. You're really excited about that. I would rather deal with that versus that Revolut. Me personally. But the great thing about digital assets is you're going to be able to earn that passive. Just going to let you know, you're going to be able to earn that passive cash flow income. You know what I mean? That is promising. The key is that going to be your only stream of passive income, or is that going to just be another one? That's the key, guys. Is it going to be your only one, or is it going to be another one? That is really, really the key. So if you guys haven't had a chance yet, I would strongly encourage you to check out the Celsius network, learn more about the platform, think and operate like major financial institutions. They make money on their money. They put their money to work for them. So very, very important. All right, guys, there it is. That's another session for Wealth Wednesdays. I hope you enjoyed it. What a really, really cool time. I'm going to get out of here, guys. I want to do some shout outs. Who lets the bulls out? Thank you, my friend, for emailing me. Definitely going to talk back and forth without question. Get a chance. XRP Carolina. Appreciate you being here, brother. Eli, thanks for hanging out tonight, my friend. XRP Gal, as always, appreciate you being here, Mix. XRP Lava, thanks for hanging today. When Mullet, as always, I appreciate everything you do for the channel, my friend. The Crypto Caveman checked in. What's up, brother? Appreciate you hanging out tonight. There in there, H and XRP Carolina. It's great to see you. Stream tonight. XRP Joe, thanks for hanging out. Spanish Fly, appreciate you being here tonight, miss. Always a cool hang. Wealth Wednesday. I hope it gave you something to think about. I hope you guys we always talk about leveling up our IQs, and I know this message resonates with all of you, and I definitely appreciate you guys being here. Eli and 416 Crypto, thanks for hanging out tonight. Jet_digital, what's up, brother? Appreciate you being here. Patiently observing. Right. Derek P is gone. Appreciate you being here nonetheless. Get anybody? Did I? Nope. I think I got to be free. Thanks for hanging out today. I bought Charlie's bags is in the building. Appreciate you hanging out today, brother. All right, guys. Listen, I'm going to wrap up this stream like I do all my streams and remind you of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. That the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.